I want to talk today about doing calculations on molarity. And molarity is always expressed in terms of moles per liter. And one strong suggestion I'm going to make to you is that whenever you do a molarity problem, you immediately rewrite molarity as moles per liter because that's what we're going to be using in our calculations. If we look at answering a couple of questions involving molarity, for instance, what is the molarity of a solution made by dissolving 0.15 moles of NaCl in a total volume of 375 milliliters, we can use our definition of molarity to answer this question. So we go and we say molarity, which is moles per liter. In this case, it's 0.150 moles over 0.375 liters. And we find that that is equal to 0.400 molar. If we look at a couple other problems, we can start by asking what is the concentration made of a solution made by dissolving 25.0 grams of sodium chloride in a total volume of 565 milliliters. And this is a very similar problem to the first one. The only difference is we're starting with grams instead of moles, so we simply have to convert grams to moles first. So we're going to take our 25.0 grams of sodium chloride, I guess I'll put it here, and we multiply that by the molar mass, which is 1 mole per 58.4 grams, and we find out that that will give us 0.428 moles of sodium chloride. Since we know the moles and we know the volume, we can use our definition of molarity, which is moles per liter, to give us 0.757 molar. Now, one last problem I want to look at, and that is how many grams of NaCl are needed to make 750 milliliters of a 0.100 molar solution. And in order to answer this question, we're actually going to use dimensional analysis. We're going to start with what we know, which is the 0.10 molar, which is, again, we want to rewrite it as moles per liter, 0.100 moles per 1.00 liters, times the number of liters we have would leave us with moles. Then we multiply it with 58.4 grams per 1 mole, and we come up with an answer of 4.38 grams of NaCl. One thing I want to point out to you is I wrote 750 milliliters here, which is two significant figures, and I rewrote this as 0.750 liters. Technically, I should have left the 0 off the end and only had two significant figures here. I simply didn't see that before I set this up, but I wanted to point out to you that this should be 0.75, and then this should be 4.4.